Next in the corner is three-time national champion and personal trainer Brooke Mullen. Brooke has had a very successful amateur career that led her to the Olympic trials in 2023. She briefly joined the Combat League where she was undefeated in her 3 appearances. She is currently training for her upcoming pro debut.
Hey everyone, we are back in the corner with Paula V. And today we have one of my favorite people, Brooke Mullen, who is a boxer. Brooke, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Miss P?
I'm doing well. Yeah, let's get started. So why don't you tell us how you got into boxing? How did you start out?
So I played basketball my entire life. So since I was like 5 years old, I played in high school. I got a scholarship to play Division II basketball here in Pennsylvania. And I had a trainer who he was a professional boxer at one point. So we would just kind of do it just for the strength and conditioning aspect and, keep your coordination and everything and on point. And then at that same time, I had a best friend, and his girlfriend was doing Muay Thai. So he's like, why don't you come to a fight and check it out? And it was local. So I was like, all right, I'll come check it out. I saw it. I was like, I want to do this. So I was like, this looks kind of fun. I'm like, I want to fight. You know what I mean?
Beating up people for, it's legal?
Yeah, I'm like, everyone's watching. I was like, this looks like fun. I was like, I might want to do this. Long story short, when I was done with basketball, I started heading to Philly. I was training for just Muay Thai specifically. I had my first Muay Thai fight. And then after that, the Golden Gloves was coming up. So my coach at the time, he's like, we'll just focus on boxing now. And I was like, okay, cool. At that point, I kind of was just like, I think I just want to stick to boxing. I don't really want to do all the kicking and kneeing and
Right. The extra.
yeah, all that extra stuff. I was like, it's enough to worry about your hands, right? I was like, I just want to stick to boxing. And then, so from there, I was training with my coach at the time. His name was Johnny Carlisle. He helped me get the first Pennsylvania Golden Gloves in 2017.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's really how I got started. Then after that, I started going to a gym up here in King of Prussia. It was called Washington Boxing Academy. And they were my coaches, like, for most of the rest of the time of my amateur career, helping me travel and get fights and everything like that. And then after that, linked up with Mustafa. He helped me at a couple of nationals, got me into Team Combat League, really solidified my pro style and, hopefully make that pro debut soon, aside from the Team Combat League.
Yeah, for sure. So I had the opportunity to see you at work at the Olympic trials. Tell me, how was that experience? It's not easy getting to that level.
No, it was, I was felt honestly like a dream come true. I remember saying to myself, I wanted to get to the Olympics like 10 years ago. I mean, first time I remember seeing Clarissa Shields. I think that might have been the London Olympic Games. I feel like she really put female boxing on the map. So it was definitely a dream come true, sacrifice, sweat, tears, blood, everything I poured into that. But, no regrets on anything that the process it was to get there. It was a blessing to be there, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
That's great. Tell me, how do you prepare for a fight? What is your training regimen like? How do you prep yourself? Because of course you have camp, so you have like 6 or 8 week camp. What steps do you take to prepare?
First, I like to sit down. I mean, amateur is different now, professional now that you know your opponent and everything like that. But I like to sit down and come up with a plan, based on I got my work schedule, everything else. Try to plan my days so that everything I like to just be planned like perfectly. It might not always be followed the perfect plan, but we need to get something in schedule that we can follow to make the most efficiency of time.
Right.
Besides the physical part, the boxing, the running, the conditioning, the
Yeah.
strength component, I'm really big on, I like to read to calm my mind. I like to meditate, the recovery aspect and the sauna and the cold plunge. So I feel like that mental edge and that mental aspect is a huge part of preparing,
Yeah.
for a fight. And I feel like 100% gives me an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. They always say the majority of boxing is mental. Being
Mm-hmm.
in there, knowing, where you stand, all your hard work, prepping for your opponent. How do you handle the pressure? Once you get in there, you have your style and they have their style. And of course you do film study to, take a look and try and get yourself prepared. But how the pressure when you're in there, how do you work with that once you're in the ring in the middle of it?
I think you got your coach, you got a game plan. I feel like I'm very good at staying calm under pressure. I'm having fun in there. It's kill or be killed, but I'm still having fun in there. So I just stick to my game plan, get back on that jab if we got to reset and figure something else out, listen to my coach in the corner. And I feel like it's, not too much pressure. I
Yeah.
just look at it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important not to have anybody take you out of your game plan. That's very
Right.
important. For sure.
Right. Exactly.
What do you do outside of boxing? What do you have a career? Do you work or boxing full time? What do you do?
You cut out a little bit there.
Oh,
You
my
asked
question.
what I do outside of boxing. So I'm a full-time personal trainer out of college. I graduated with an exercise science degree and nutrition. I just started training clients it's called Chester County Trading. I've been with them since 2017. And I have my own clients that I train as well for boxing. And that's all I do full time, outside of boxing. It's really gym, train, sleep.
Repeat.
I'm in the gym 24/7, whether I'm training myself or I'm training other people. Honestly, like I literally live in the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What do you see for yourself next? Are you planning to, like you said, your first technically pro fight is coming up. How far away is that?
Yeah, I don't have anything set in stone right now, but I have my eyes on a couple of things. I want to make my pro debut up here in Philly somewhere, or somewhere around Philly. Hopefully sometime in March, April. That's the goal right now.
Yeah. So I was looking at your record, and how do you have 13 wins combined, 13 wins, 3 KOs. How do you prepare yourself for losses? One loss doesn't make or break an athlete. How do you mentally pick yourself up from that and move forward?
Well, I tell people this story. When I first started boxing, I went to those national tournaments in 2017, 2018, 2019. And I picked up wins on the way, but ultimately I could never get one of those national titles under my belt. And that was 3 years in a row, like losing. COVID happened. I always stayed with it. It didn't matter what I did. Like boxing was always there. And then, it was 2022, like 2021, 2022. I was like, you know what? I feel like I just can't give up on this yet. I definitely was discouraged. I was like, maybe this ain't for me.
Yeah.
I went back. I turned the leaf over. I met with Mustafa. He helped me with a lot of my skills. I was more mature. And then there I went, and I won a national title in 2022. I won 2 of them in 2023. And it was just like a huge, coming to God moment. Like, it was like, this perseverance and this hard work. Like, you really can't give up if it's something that you love and it's something you're passionate about. And you got to keep going. It's not going to be easy. And I'd say it all the time. It's like, it doesn't matter if it's days. It doesn't matter if it's months. It could even be years. Like,
yeah, it's true.
It's real. You know what I mean?
It is.
So I feel like now I'm like bouncing back after the losses. It's like, it's all part of life. I'm like, life is way harder than getting in that ring. You know what I mean? Dealing with life is getting in the ring and boxing. This is fun. I'm blessed to be able to do this and express myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good perspective to have if it all relates back to life. There's way worse that can
Mm-hmm.
happen to you.
Yeah, I started saying to
Way
myself, like, why am I nervous to do this? Or why am I scared to do this? I was like, I get in the ring and
worse.
I let somebody come at me and try to knock me out. Why would I be nervous to do this? Or you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I say it all the time. I'm like, yo, chill.
So true. Yeah, I have to remind myself. I mean, when I started, I was like terrified. And I'm like, what are you nervous about? These people are going in the ring getting their face beat in. You're just sitting in the corner.
Well, I hear that about, and I'm sure my time will come to where I'm in the corner and yeah, you're responsible for somebody else, and
Right.
that I could see why that would, feel that pressure. So
Yeah,
I
for
understand
sure.
that.
For sure.
Yeah.
They're counting on you, and you don't know when they're gonna get caught, when they're not gonna get caught. And you have 45 seconds to fix it and so they can go back in and do what they're doing. Tell me
That's a lot of pressure.
how important, I know you were talking about you've had multiple coaches. How important is it to have the right combination of coach to boxer? I mean, there are some people that we're looking at them from the outside as like he's not even listening to his coach or she's not listening to her coach, and we hear them telling them this, that, and the other, and they go out and do something completely different. How important is having that right combination? Just don't have somebody there just to be there.
It's definitely very important. I mean, the number one thing is you got to have the chemistry with the coach.
Yeah.
If you don't have chemistry with the coach, I mean, honestly, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
I think that's important because, you got to trust in your coach. They got eyes that where you can't see. You have to believe in them, what they're saying and what they see. Yeah. And I feel like, during that time period where I wasn't fighting, I actually did a lot of coaching where I was working with amateurs and in the corner. And, it gave me a different perspective to, you understand it more and you respect that more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, appreciate it more. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So one of my questions, of course, the topic of the whole podcast is women's impact in or on boxing. And of course, now other combat sports, because I've had some MMA women on as well in a Fight Doctor. What would you say is the biggest impact women have on sports, or women have on boxing, combat sports to be exact?
What's the biggest impact women have? Well, I was thinking about this the other day. I mean, I feel like you have these little girls that look up to you and they see that, you're in a male dominated sport, and that in itself is a lot of pressure. A lot of days I might be the only girl in the gym, but I feel like you teach them the perseverance and that you stick with something, you can do whatever you put your mind to. And I ultimately think that's all it comes down to. Like, whatever you want to do, you can do through the trials and tribulations, obstacles that you face. It's all part of the journey. Women run the world.
Yeah, the facts.
Women are so strong, they're so smart, and especially in boxing, I feel like it's on the rise more. We're finally gaining more respect in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And if I would love to impact any young girl that's out there that was questioning whether to do it or not, or even whatever they want to do in life. You know what I mean? Like, you have the power to do whatever it is that you want to do. And don't listen to anybody that tell you that you can't do something.
Yep.
100%.
That is the truest statement, for sure. I get questioned about it all the time because they're amazed that you're a cop woman, you're in the corner. I'm like, that's nothing. Look at the girls in the ring.
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
you're a nurse too, so
yeah. So it an easy transition for me. But I tell them all the time, you don't have to be a nurse. You literally don't. But if you're a woman walking into this male-dominated industry, you better have your shit together.
That's funny. That's funny that you say that because, like, I'm also a personal trainer, and I'm really the only. No, I mean, there's a ton of female trainers, but like even at my job, like I'm the only
Yeah.
female trainer, and it's like I gotta make sure I'm on my P's and Q's, the certifications, the
Yeah.
knowledge, keeping up with the vocabulary and everything like that. Like I
Yeah.
gotta make sure I'm on my P's and Q's so nobody can use the you're a woman statement against me. Or even think that. I don't even want you to think that.
Exactly. I want you to see me like everybody else.
Yes, and that goes with boxing too. Like, I will sit here and study and watch old fights and learn because I want to know what people are talking about and join in on the discussion and make I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's another thing I get when you're saying join in on the discussion, because a lot of people look at me and I've heard it, oh, you're just this little prissy girl, right? And then when I start talking and they're looking at me like, oh, you actually know what
you're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why, in boxing, you don't gotta say too much. It's like just watch me get in the ring, Just watch me in the ring and then you'll understand.
Exactly. Last question for you, Brooke. Who do you watch? I know you mentioned Clarissa. Who else? What other female fighters you look up to or you film study?
I mean, I honestly, I love Floyd Mayweather. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you?
I do. I love watching him fight. I love watching him use his jab. I mean, if we're going back, I mean, Layla Ali. I mean, she was super influential. She was given that platform, because of her father. And I felt like she used that wisely. I mean, they were laughing at her when she first fought.
Yeah.
They're like, she's a joke. But, I think because of who her father was and the platform that she had, I'm pretty sure Roger Mayweather was in her corner and everything, So she used that to her advantage and gained popularity like that and put women's boxing. I know you got Amanda Serrano.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a beast. Katie Taylor.
No joke.
Yeah, Katie Taylor, OGs in the game. Clarissa Shields. I like watching all of them. I like learning different styles.
Yeah.
Taking different pieces from each person. You know what I mean? Each female.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely important to that's sort of like a lot what I've been hearing from a lot of my guests is that they watch their people that came before them and they take bits and pieces and customize their own way of doing things, their own style, their own way of working outside of the standard. So I appreciate you joining me today. I know you was a little hesitant.
Nah, not for you.
I know you're super busy, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Of course, I appreciate you, Miss P.
Thank you so much. Shout out your gym where you work. Shout them out so people can come.
Chester County Training. It's in Pottstown. I also got a gym here, Fitness Factory. It's in Westchester. Washington Boxing Academy, King of Prussia. We got Mustafa down there in Atlanta. And also training at Bosie's Gym in Bosie's Dungeon in Philly.
Awesome. Good for you. I can't wait for your you better call me up because I'm gonna be right in that corner.
For sure. You already know. 100%.
How's the hand? It's good.
Good. Yeah, I'm back to sparring and training and no problems. No, doesn't feels 100%. If anything, I feel like it might be stronger. That bone's thicker now. So that right hand might be a little.
That bionic right hand right now.
Yeah, it might be a little harder. She showed me the X-ray. I was like, "Why is my bone thicker?" She's like, "It's just the bone cells
the extra calcium coming to pack that injury."
I was like, "Oh, all right. So my hand's gonna be a little thicker then."
Watch out! She coming with the overhand right.
That's right.
All right. Thank you so much, Brooke. I can't wait to see you back in action.
You're welcome, Miss P. I appreciate you. All right, I'll see you.
All right, bye. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in again into the corner. It was good to have Brooke Mullen with us today. You can find her on Instagram. Her handle is Brooke, BROOKEEE, Mullen, MULLEN. I'm looking forward to seeing her at work real soon. Hopefully I'll be working her corner, which will be really exciting. So yeah, she hopefully will be my first female fighter that I have worked with. So looking forward to that. Stay tuned, like, follow, share. Yeah, we'll see who's coming up next. If you know anyone that you want me to talk to, just reach out to me and let me know. Or they can find me on Instagram at PMAT1. That's PMAT. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad to have all these women on, shining a light on what each and every one of them is doing. Sometimes we're not seen or heard, but this is a forum for us to be seen and heard. So look forward to seeing you guys again on the next episode. Tune in soon. All right. Thanks. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.